We are back bumping in the night because we're talking CBS Ghosts. We're going to be shedding light on the latest episode, Thorapy 2, Abandonment Issues. Ah! Yes, the Great Viking is screaming and causing lights to flicker and destroying laptops all along this wonderful, hilarious episode of Ghosts. We've got some special guests that I couldn't believe in the show. We got the Big Show. Yes, WWE legend and current AEW commentator, the Paul White, Big Show as we know him, was a guest Viking, but we're going to get into that in first glance. Yeah, we had a lot of fun this episode because we got the Big Show. Hey, hey, it's the Big Show. We had an adventure story for Pete. We had a coming to terms with loss and separation for Thor, as well as Sam in a way. And we had a great connection between brother and sister, where our special guest returns, and that would be uh, Poonam Patel, who plays the sister of Jay. And she is a great character because she still has the hots for Trevor and Trevor for her. So that is a fun dynamic that gets explored a little bit in this episode. But basically, this one, Thor loses his entire thing because it's the anniversary of his Viking brethren abandoning him and leaving him on the new world and them going home. And of course, he ended up ultimately passing away there because he got struck by lightning and died. And we'll get more into that as we get into the thick of it. But at first glance, this episode really gets into the great dynamic between brother and sister with Jay and his sister Bella, where the Bella has lost her job and she's got to work with Jay because Jay lost his guy that was going to help with the restaurant. And since Bella just lost her job at the Cat Cafe, which was hilarious, Cat Cafe, what on earth will they do with those? From Hetty. Um, she takes on the reins and tries to help out with the restaurant. So let us get into the thick of it. All right. So Pete gets sent on a mission should he choose to accept it because Jay lost all his recipes. And of course, we got no resolution to that. We hope it's in the cloud, but is it? They kind of glanced over that. But anyway, dealing with Thor's issues, they go to a therapist. And of course, Thor himself had to go and speak through Sam and get to the bottom of his abandonment issues. And they kind of do with this new therapist. And of course, we get some hilarity going on there. Basically, Thor is upset because of his crew leaving him in the dust, so to speak, in the new world and abandoning him. And he never get over it. And every year when that time comes up, he remembers and it drives him crazy. And unfortunately, the sufferings of the most would be the humans in this scenario. So essentially, they figured out, well, maybe we can find out why did Thor get abandoned. So they said, hey, Pete, you can travel. We'll send you on a trip. And Pete, being the tight itinerary specialist, because he was a travel agent, and since his ghost power is to travel, he travels over to Norway and goes overseas and tries to get to the bottom of what's going on, trying to find the Vikings that were left behind. And there he runs into the Big Show. Not before, of course, did Sam find out that the town was wrong because Thor screams to his son in the other house, the Thornbury's house, that that Pete is going to go over and be the good Boy Scout that he is and try to help out. Of course, there's our two Pete's, and he does, and he goes and he finds one of the fellow Vikings that Thor traveled with. That happened to be played by the Big Show, and he has an arrow stuck right in his belly. And of course, obviously, he died in a brutal battle over in Norway. And Pete was guided to the right town via a text that they sent to a machine because he wrote his itinerary so diligently. And they were able to get that information over to Pete. So he goes to the correct town, finds the Big Show, and that's where we find out. Oh yeah, we counted, and we saw the guy, he had a hat on and we thought it was him. And then the guy took the hat off and we counted him as the other guy that we knew was there. And, we left. That was it. So it wasn't on purpose, big guy. And of course, did that help? Probably not. But, at least we got to see Bjorn again. He is a fun character because the parents, his dad, Thorfinn, just screams at him across the house, and, they because the properties kinda align at the edge where Thor can travel, but of course he can't travel over to the Thornsby's house and talk to his son, in a normal, calm way. Uh, so Sam brings these new feelings up to Dr. Park and tries to kind of alleviate the woes of Thor, and it kinda works in a way, and they kinda resolve that issue for Thor. He wasn't really abandoned on purpose. They miscounted, and they thought they were good, so sorry, big guy. And, yeah, it was really funny, but I think the MVP on this episode's gotta be Pete because he disappeared. There was an issue with the ship getting back after he spoke with the Big Show, who played Gorm. And when Pete was trying to get back on that ship, the whole thing got screwed because they have a new holiday there, and he obviously couldn't get back on the right itinerary because there was no ship. And MVP Pete comes in with one arm, just crawling in like something out of a zombie movie. No torso, just one arm, and just disappearing like crazy. Once he gets into the house, he is completed again and returns to his natural form. Very cool, aspect of that episode. I really thought that that was a neat moment for Pete and the rest of the crew. Of course, Hetty was like, "Oh, I do wanna know what happens if he disappears and he's not here. Would he just vanish or what would happen?" And obviously, we know he does have the ability to crawl around and kinda get back to where he needs to be with them in the house of the Woodstone, mansion, which was just excellent. Um, Thorfinn, of course, kinda manipulates some folks, and we get a great moment with brother and sister as, Sopsys kind of, does his inception thing and goes into Jay's dreams, and Jay convinces Sops to keep an eye on his sister to make sure that, "Okay, you can't let her screw up. If she screws up, let me know," as he hires his sister to kind of fill in the shoes of the person that ended up not taking the job because he got something that paid more somewhere else. So as that's kind of unfolding, she's ordered some shrimp, but what the ghosts don't know is she had a hookup for other shrimp. So the shrimp that she ordered was just a little bit, and they thought she screwed up. So now they have an abundance of shrimp because Trevor uses his ghost powers to order the right amount of shrimp. So now they're swimming in shrimp. It's maybe they can have shrimp fest, like the Red Lobster. All you can eat shrimp, the Woodstone Majif restaurant in the back. I think that would have been hilarious, but of course they didn't do that. They go and spend the time mending the little tiff on this situation because she went above and beyond and actually saved the day. It's a really good moment between brother and sister, and Sapsis was able to get Sam. And of course, Alberta was like using her voice, Sam, you better get down here. And they were able to reconcile really quickly, and it worked out really well. And, brought the brother and sister closer together. I'm really excited where they're gonna go with her. Hopefully, Miss Bella, Miss Patel will be on more frequently. I think she's a great, cast addition, as we don't have the 2 ghosts, Patience, and we don't have, Nigel on as much, or any of the ghosts outside in the shed. They're not there anymore. I'm assuming that, the story just doesn't line up for them to write anything going on with them. So, it is what it is. But we had a lot of fun in this episode. I thought it was just a great, great episode. And I'm looking forward to what they're going to do with the rest of the season. Of course, I am a fan of the show. It means so much. And let us just get the wrap. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much wrapped up. We've got solutions, we've got answers, we've got healing with Thorfinn and Sam a little bit. And of course, it wraps up with the other ghosts asking poor Sam to kind of get their therapy out of the way. And that was kind of funny where she's kind of like, "Yeah, I've also had this problem and occults and everything." This doctor's like, "I'm going to need you to have more sessions." I thought that was a great way to wrap up. I don't know if we'll get a cameo by that doctor again, but it was a great way to tie the bow on this story. And hopefully, we won't do the I think this is gonna be the last time we do therapy stuff. I think that's pretty much kinda a done deal. We get it, and everybody should be pretty much okay. What could be happening next? What's gonna be the next Avengers? Whose ghost power do we not yet know? I think we're gonna have some fun stories to unravel in the next season. For sure, this is gonna get a another season, a fifth season. This is the fourth season that I absolutely adore. It's rare that a show can keep me interested this well and this far into the seasons without skipping a beat, and this show nails it. So I'm very excited to where we're gonna go. In Ghosts season 4. So join me for the next episode, and that'll be next Saturday. And this one came out late because life. I took a nap. I'm gonna be honest with you. I took a nap. Yeah, that's the first time I've done that. No, it isn't. But it just had me kind of live my life sometimes. I gotta work on Monday, so I said, let me enjoy the day. And I had a great time watching this. The director, Rebecca Asher, did a great job. Joe Port, Joe Wiseman, and Akilla Green. You guys are great writers. I can't wait to see what you guys do next time. I'm Joe Dub. This is To Be Seen. If you stayed with me the long haul, I appreciate you. I do hope you like, share, and subscribe. I feel like we're getting closer. We're building a little knit community in ghosts. So why don't you join me? I am always willing to have guests. It would be a lot of fun to have you join me in this wondrous library where the fan blows and the mist goes and the books pages wither. So join us next time, next week, Saturday. We'll probably be back on in the morning for more ghosts.